WanderingWinder here, doing some commentary on a game we're watching, EntropySpark and SamE. Familiar? So invest is kind of interesting here because you probably want to do something big with King's Court, and you probably want to do familiar, and you could invest in either one. I don't think I'm in love with the turn one invest. Investing in Border Guard seems real bad though. The problem, the reason I don't like the ye old turn one invest here for Sam, well, maybe it's okay. My thought was you're slowing yourself down to getting to Margrave, and just like your opponent does their stuff. I don't know. I guess the thing is here, if they invest back, you don't really have an alternative that isn't going to draw them cards. So I guess you just draw them cards. But then, it's all very interesting. They're each leaving their Margraves in exile rather than taking another copy. Not sure how I feel about that. I do like this potion. I think it probably could have come earlier, but it's probably fine now. EntropySpark could invest in Familiar here. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Like, the 10 curses are just still going to be, ooh. EntropySpark is the first to hit. Oh no, there's a Margrave play coming. Never mind. I was going to say EntropySpark was the first to hit King's Court. It's actually Sam who's the first to hit King's Court here, which is what I would expect to be bought there, yeah. And this is probably going to be another Coin of the Realm buy, or maybe Druid. I haven't even looked at the Druid boons yet. Those only seem so-so. Um, Sam doesn't have very many actions to pair the King's Court with. But it looks like it's going to probably collide with... Ooh, I was going to say probably collide with Margrave here, but it actually isn't going to. This Margrave is now likely to draw... This should be a familiar here. And I would take this Border Guard out of exile, but EntropySpark does not. Okay. So if I'm Sam here, another coin, yeah. Another Margrave for EntropySpark. Whoa, another Margrave for EntropySpark. I think I'd be leading. It's really unclear what you lead on there. I guess leading on Margrave makes sense. You'd really like to king the other thing. This looks like familiar to me paired with Druid. Not Druid. Leprechaun? Leprechaun. Whoa. I don't like getting the... I mean, Border Guard is going to help your King's Courts, but I don't like it simply because uh, your opponent draws 2 cards, and that's a lot. I like keeping the King's Court in hand here. The extra copper really isn't going to do anything for you. Your opponent might buy another Margrave or call a Coin of the Realm and play another Margrave, and that might allow your King's Court to pair with something. So Sam's getting pretty bad luck here on not having the King's Courts come together with stuff. Here... So here he doesn't keep the potion. Kind of in the opposite way of the King's Court the previous turn. Okay, I'd certainly want a King's Court here if I'm EntropySpark, and I would think that would put EntropySpark in a pretty significant lead. Sam got the King's Court early, but didn't have much to pair it with, and unfortunately for him, it's totally missed every time. invests in King's Court instead, that seems worse than spending the coffer to get one. So if I'm Sam here, I'm really hoping to connect my King's Court probably with a familiar. I think I would have played a familiar first, though, because if the first card in my deck was itself King's Court, then I can king the familiar, and I don't have to call a Coin of the Realm. Didn't work out that way. And this is starting to look pretty bad for Sam. He really needs to get more actions, and I like taking that Margrave out of exile, because he really needs to get more actions into his deck. Assume this is a Margrave from EntropySpark. Okay. I guess if you're for sure calling, then this is a better order, because it makes them discard something expensive first. Here it makes sense for Sam to discard the King's Court straight off, because, and I certainly want a King's Court here if I'm, in fact I'm going to take the other one out of exile too if I'm EntropySpark. I don't think it was worth spending the coffers for the Coin of the Realm, though. You don't need that many Coins of the Realm, I think, if you get a lot of King's Courts. This all looks quite bad for Sam still. I'll hold on to silver, copper, druid. What are these boons again? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you held on to leprechaun. Interesting. Now he pitches it. So the coins are gone. The curses are going to run. This game is probably going to end on 3 piles. Obviously you're going to play familiar first here, and now you're going to play Margrave. Call a coin. This is yeah. And you're going to discard for a 4 cost? EntropySpark no longer has a border guard in exile, so, well, the only reason you would do this would be to get another familiar, which, I don't know, I'm pretty skeptical of. Obviously you're going to hold on to King's Court Margrave here, and, well, coin is definitely better than the other options you had in hand at that moment. Suddenly Sam might be ahead again. Not really. EntropySpark still has more Margraves, has these coffers, has a villain, most importantly has the extra King's Court. But Sam isn't completely lost, I don't think. You king the Margrave here, and you're going to win the curse split, hopefully. Yeah, so this is winning the curse split. It's also activating Leprechaun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Border guard. Take the Margrave. Play Leprechaun. It's in cards in play, right? Doesn't matter if they're actions. Yeah. Gonna call a coin here. I think I would. I just really want to get further through. Okay, and now what? Try to barrel through Margraves. That doesn't seem particularly great. Duchy doesn't seem like a plan to end the game fast enough to me. Yeah, but just you're so far ahead. You have this extra King's Court. Silk Road seems really bad to me. Again, I just want more actions so that my King's Courts work. So Sam's going to have a choice here. I think I would call a coin, play this Druid, Earth's Gift, discard the potion, take Silk Road by Silk Road, and try to pile out the Silk Roads rather than anything else. So it's a bit easier. Could also take Field's Gift and go for Duchy. He is taking Earths. Could also go for Border Guards or Druids. Border Guards, yeah, a lot easier to get at. Well, you got to take another Border Guard here if you're this far. I don't like that mix. If you would have just taken Border Guard there, you wish for a Border Guard here, and you just need to find any money between your familiar and stuff, and you're gonna win. Leprechaun or call. That's 4, 5. You're gonna play the Margrave, obviously. If you get to 6 money, it's gonna be triple Border Guard, and you're gonna win. Yeah, somehow this whole thing feels like it's been a bit mismanaged. This is not enough money, however, because you took the Druid last turn instead of the Border Guard. You're just taking a Duchy because taking Border Guards is a bit risky. So EntropySpark still very much in the game. I'd take Villain here. And I don't think I buy anything. I think the way you get back in the game is not to spend your coffers here to get something small. It's to spend them later to get something that's very valuable. So Sam here has to decide, takes Mountain's Gift and is going to buy a Border Guard. I assume Sam's going to keep Border Guard gold here probably. Okay, I think you King Margrave rather than Familiar here. Okay, you play these Border Guards. You're terribly looking for money. You obviously take the copper here. Familiar. Rough time to draw King's Court. Buy Colony. Wait, check to see if you have a win. You have a tie. Unless this bumps your Silk Roads, you could tie by going Province Border Guard, Border Guard. Didn't bump the Silk Road, so this is good. Now Sam desperately, you're going to take the King's Court. Yep. You're going to take Druid, I guess. You're going to take the Lantern. You don't have time for the Horn. Margrave. Leprechaun. I don't know that you have time for the Leprechaun to pay off. I think you don't, in fact. I'm pretty sure you should have taken copper there because it's just so likely that that wasn't going to work out well for you. Mountain's Gift. If you had the copper here, you could have taken Silk Road and Duchy. That would have been, I think, significantly better. As it turns out, you're actually still okay because EntropySpark, with a bad turn here, Now I don't know what you buy if you're EntropySpark, except probably not Border Guard. It could be nothing, Estate, or Silk Road, I think, are the main options. If that Silk Road is only worth one, then it shouldn't have been Silk Road. It's only Estate, but my guess is you hadn't been keeping track that closely, and let's be real, I hadn't either. Familiar? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is very good for EntropySpark. Unless Sam wins right now. This is 7. Still 7. So Border Guard, Estate doesn't win. Conquest, huh? I don't know that you have time for that either, but maybe you do. King the Margrave. I was thinking Duchy Estate for Sam. But it's hard because your deck is falling apart and you'd like for that to not happen. EntropySpark just needs 2 more money here. And doesn't get it. Oh my goodness. So Duchy? Estate? I don't You're about to flip Silk Roads, I think. Yeah, and that did it. So now this is really hard for Sam. Even with the conquest last turn, it's just going to be pretty brutal. You got to take the Margrave over the King's Court, I think. I guess he's going to buy a state here, but well, all seems lost. Buys a silver, hoping for a longer game. It's probably not going to come, although this isn't the end yet. I'm not playing this Leprechaun. I'm unlikely to see the gold. The hex is potentially going to be quite harmful. Buys a state over Border Guard. That makes sense. You don't want to lose all in one turn. Sam's got to take the Margrave here. Gold. This is your last coin of the realm. So that's worth worrying about, I suppose. You wish for... Probably play the Margrave before you wish. Oh, and you can get to colony here. If you wish for gold, that's already colony. 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Wait, you don't even need to wish for money to get to colony. You could just wish for duchy directly. Colony. Wait, you shouldn't have wished for duchy, though? Oh, this works still. Yeah. And Sam wins. Wow. Wow. I'm surprised. Getting that Leprechaun off that one turn did work. Very topsy-turvy game. No idea. There was probably a lot of questionable decisions near in the end game there, but none that seemed that obvious of a mistake to me. So tough to play, and they played it fast.